attacked. I feel attacked. This is a continuation of the RAM vibes that got cut off earlier. The weekly lesson of who am I. Let's see who can catch up into this live and see if we can get folks to come into the room. Let's see who we get in the room. It should be interesting. It should be interesting. Goodness. Oh my God. Who do we have here? Who do we have here? Yeah, we got cut off. I got cut off on my laptop. It just froze. I can't. I literally can't do anything, so I've had to use my phone. Oh, hi Melissa. I know. Pivot again, pivot again. Hey Tammy. Hi guys. Okay guys, just forewarning, we're going to get some people that are not generally meant to be in this audience, but that is okay. Guys, coming in. It's almost like the power went out in our classroom, so we had to go to a different classroom. Hey Heather. Hey Heather. I don't see the like button either. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'm not even worried about it. We just got to get to the lesson. We just got to get to the lesson. Let's just give it like another minute. And then I'm letting everybody. So we got Melissa, we got Tammy, we got Heather. We're waiting on just a few more people. We might potentially, just forewarning, we might potentially attract people that are not generally a part of our collective. If they say anything weird, yes, thank you so much. If they say anything weird, just ignore it. Okay, just ignore it. All right, we're going to get started in just a little bit. Just let some folks roll in. So Tammy says, in the heading, just touch the heading and a pop-up screen appears. Then you can like it. Melissa said she got it. All right, cool. Okay, guys. All right, so we'll just go ahead and get started. And, I'll just put a post or something in the community part. So essentially what I was saying is, when I pull cards in love readings, sometimes you will see me. Oh my God, okay, excuse me, sorry. Sometimes you will see me ask Spirit to allow me to kind of get into this person's heart. If they had no walls up, if they were being completely honest with themselves, and then being honest with me. Can you please tell me how they truly feel? And then I will pull a card about how they feel about the situation or the person. That's what I'm asking you to do right now this week. All right. I'm asking you to essentially pull cards on yourself internally in your heart. I don't want you to pull a tarot deck card. Yeah, definitely don't pull a tarot deck card. I don't want you to pull a tarot deck card. What I want you to do is really take a look at yourself and be honest with yourself. Should there be no walls up and no reason for you to hide, who could you be? How do you feel inside? There's a quote, and I'm going to misquote it, but that's okay. But it essentially says, the magic happens when you wake up and all of a sudden you realize that there can be so much different happening in your life. And that's what I want for you. All right, Tasha's in here. The magic happens when you wake up and you realize that there can be so much different in your life. That's what I want to happen for you. All right. So if you were being completely audacious today and this weekend, taking a look at all that we have talked about throughout this week, who do you feel like you would want to become? How does that look? How does that feel? How do people respond to that version? And again, I'm not asking, the ask is not for you to change, or that's why we talked about who you thought you might be when you grew up as a child. The ask is not for you to change. The ask is for you to remember the parts of you that you have had hidden, even from yourself, and who it is that that person is, and how to incorporate those parts of yourself into this being, into this joyous creature that you are becoming. You know what's funny? You're the second person to come into a live completely just randomly to make a comment about my head. And it's such an easy shot. But the funny thing is that you didn't see what I've survived. So it's just hilarious to me that you would go to the easiness. Yes, I do have an amazingly large forehead. And yes, my forehead and head is shaped like a football. But people like Sade made a living out of it and watched me make a living having a big ass forehead as well. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Spirit, what is it that you want the collective to concentrate on today and this weekend? Thank you for your love, your protection, your guidance, and especially your protection. Allow me to deliver a protected message to those watching. Should anything negative come up, immediately return it to sender. I don't want it on me. I don't want it in my household, and I don't want it on the viewer. What do we need to concentrate on? Look at this. Like, this is not the first time, if you've been with me all month, this is absolutely not the first time that we've got this Queen of Swords. And I would, however, challenge you to have a little bit of an emotional awareness when it comes to these thoughts that we're having about who we are truly, who are we meant to be, where do we want to go in life. I do want there to be somewhat of an emotional attachment, but if you start feeling like the emotions are getting too heavy for you, especially when earlier this week I was asking you to kind of dredge up some memories from childhood, then cut that shit out. Then cut it out. If you're not ready to, as soon as I said that, 7:17 on the clock, if you're not ready to evaluate that particular part of your life, then that's okay. Take a step back. The thing that the Queen of Swords has is so much awareness because of her experiences that she knows when to and when not to, both equally. All right. So that's what the Queen of Swords does. She's also a quick thinker. Like, she really does have so much self-awareness that when she catches herself, like, let's say we were talking about masks, right? And being chameleons and navigating through different scenarios and different people and how we respond to that and how we show up. Let's say that you're in a situation and somebody in the house had already said, I don't want to wear masks, like, especially when interacting with, like, my boss. So let's say you get into a situation and emotionally it kind of digs at you in a very heavy way, and you find yourself digressing into that mask wearer self that you used to be. The Queen of Swords energy here would be like, you know what? Maybe you need to take a step away. Maybe you need to take a step away. Maybe you need to take a breath, and maybe you need to figure out how to adjust this behavior so that your true character can start showing through. All right. And also too, this is, again, she has perspective. So this week we were talking about who are you? And today I want you to take a look at, with the entire lesson thus far, who could you potentially dare to be? Should there be no walls up, if you weren't lying to yourself or others, who could you potentially dare to be? Queen of Swords energy. This is there's a lot of independent strength here too. So this is kind of like a side message. There's a lot of independent strength here too with this Queen of Swords. Tonight I'm going to be doing a live all signs reading for for singles, right? And we're going to be taking a look at love predictions. And this collective, what I really want, and it kind of sucks that we had to go, and because I think we lost some people here, but I really wanted to say this, or Spirit really wanted you to hear this as you're going to tarot readings, right? And you're getting, for those of you guys who are interested in romantic love, and you're getting romantic love readings, and they're talking about somebody's coming close to you, or in your reality, you've just recently started talking to somebody or soon will be. Like, it is very easy for a lot of the people that are connected to this energy to go into like a people pleasing mode. All right. And the independence that the Queen of Swords has is what I want you to concentrate on, should you be presented in the very near future with a new love connection, so that you do not go into said people pleasing mode, right? Remember that you showed up as a queen. I don't care if you're a male or a female. Either way, you sit on a throne. You've earned this throne. You've earned your independent thoughts, right? You've earned your independent strength, and you've earned your independent stability. All right, guys. Okay, we're going to end it with prayer. For those of you all who have never been to my RAM Vibes, you're new here, the prayer section is non-denominational, so you take it wherever you want to. It's just a way to help the collective find grounding in all that we've talked about today and this week. If this is your first time here and you really do appreciate what you've heard thus far, I'm here Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Central, which is the same time zone as Chicago. All right. Wait, somebody just called me auntie. Am I old enough to be auntie? Am I? Dang it, I am. Hold on, before we get into the prayer, just 1 second. So I feel like Jameson has sent this message twice. It says, yes, I took off all the masks and personas and have spent the last year really trying to learn how to negotiate the showing up as me, but with different boundaries. Yes, that's what Heather was talking about earlier this week. I am a work in progress. 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. And it's okay to be perfectly imperfect. There's a saying in my community where we say, Jesus is still working on me. I haven't always been saved, but let me tell you what, Jesus is still working on me. I just come from a church background, and that's part of my culture. So you can replace Jesus with whatever energy you want to replace it with, but you are still working on you. It's okay. That's perfect. As long as you have that self-awareness. Because sometimes you do got to cuss somebody out. Or sometimes you got to put sternly somebody in their place for talking about your absolutely wonderful movie screen forehead. Sometimes you got to put people in their place. All right, let's get to prayer, guys, so you can get on your day. It's almost 6 where I'm at. Ancestors, spirit guides, gods, goddesses, ascended masters, angels, and higher level energies here for our greatest and highest good. We are at the end of this week of learning. Who am I? Who are we, Spirit? Allow us to continue to dive into that paradox. Allow us to continue to dive in fearlessly. And whenever we do have fear on our heart and our spirit, this is what we ask of you. Remove it. Remove it quickly. Because we are not ready for a time of feeling stuck anymore. We're not ready for that. What we are ready for is forward movement. What we are ready for is growth. And we ask that you stand with us like you always have, but in an energy of showing that you are standing with us so that we know that we are not alone. Please allow our algorithms to show us communities out there that reflect exactly what it is that we have in sight for ourselves, for our greatest and highest good. Please allow for those people that present themselves in our reality to be those people that can feed our soul with growth, with love, stability, progress, and partnership, so that we can advance into our greatest timeline, so that we can move towards our greatest and highest good and stay in that energy for as long as possible. And if there is a time, because there will be a time that we digress, hold us and caress us in your energy, in your unconditional love, and remind us that you are here and that we are connected and that we are still advancing no matter what happens. Give us that self-awareness. Open our hearts and open our minds and plant our feet strongly in the notion that we are meant for so much more. We came here great and we will leave here great. It doesn't matter what happened in the middle. We came here great and we will leave here great. We are not our past. Thank you for all that you have done, all that you are doing, and all that you will do. Amen. And so it is, as above, so below, in divine timing and with divine flow. All right, guys. I love you all. It says, welcome, trolls. Listen and hear the lesson. Welcome. Welcome. It's okay. Listen, I was bullied my entire childhood, and then I was bullied a few times in a few relationships. I shall and will overcome. I don't care what these little mother truckers got to say. I don't. Speaking of mother truckers, who wants to join me live about 11 hours from now? If you do, I am doing live all signs singles love predictions tonight at 5 p.m. Central, which is the same time zone as Chicago. Check out my page if you're new. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification button so that you get pinged when it is that I do go live. All right, guys, I love you. Be safe. And for those of you all that are going to sleep, I wish you some good soul-feeding dreams that make you feel comfortable. I don't know what to say. All right, guys. Love you. See y'all next week if I don't see you before then. Bye, everyone.